Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. There is a general feeling that William Samoei Ruto is secretly grooming the Chief Minister Musalia Mudavadi to be his running mate in 2027, and most probably, if he will succeed to do 2 terms, then he prefers Mudavadi to take over after him. And this is happening at a time when William Ruto has also orchestrated a plan to ensure that there are a lot of wrangles in Mount Kenya. You've seen Ndindi Nyoro versus Rigathi Gachagua. In fact, people are shocked that already posters are there that showing Ndindi Nyoro and the portraits of William Ruto. Ndindi Nyoro for president or something of the kind. Ndindi Nyoro for deputy president. So Musalia Mudavadi is the man who ile watu wanasema atapita katikati, and people are really discussing Musalia Mudavadi. Actually, today Musalia is in China to look at the progress of the negotiations between Kenya, the last meeting that Ruto held in China with the Chinese government concerning our loans. So Musalia Mudavadi has gone there to just check on the progress. But the reason I'm doing this video is because recently Musalia Mudavadi made a statement that has really become the bone of contention both in government and in Azimio. People have been wondering just how William Ruto succeeded in winning the heart of Musalia Mudavadi to join the Kenya Kwanza team in what was then known as the earthquake, even though people say it didn't really meet the standard of an earthquake. Because Uhuru Kenyatta had wanted the former Oka team to remain focused and remain steadfast and stable and united. That was Raila Odinga, Kalonzo Musalia Mudavadi, and Moses Wetangula. They had several meetings, and Musalia Mudavadi remained non-committal until when the Azimio or the leaders of Azimio then realized that Musalia Mudavadi was not with them. And when Musalia Mudavadi was asked this week, he made certain statements that I really want us to look at. This is exactly what Musalia Mudavadi said, that it was reported, by the way, in the Nation newspaper, that it is that meeting that broke the pot for Oka, because Uhuru wanted everyone to support Raila, and when Raila was asked whom he would prefer if he was not going to run, or if he was not him, he shocked everyone by mentioning Oparanya. Those were the words of Musalia Mudavadi, the last words, that when Raila was asked whom he preferred if it was not him, then he shocked everyone by mentioning Wycliffe Oparanya. You know, that statement looks very short, just like as it is, but it speaks volumes. Remember, this is not something that happened today. This is something that happened 1 year ago. And the person who is reporting was right at the center of everything. And I must say that I want to take every word that comes from Musalia Mudavadi with a pinch of salt, because you never know with the politicians. There must be a reason why he's mentioning this, and I want us to go there in a moment. But then, let us jog our minds a little bit. When Raila was being asked this question, we had other senior leaders, more senior to Oparanya then, because Musalia Mudavadi is a man who comes from the western, and in fact in the very place in Kakamega where Oparanya is coming from, and by virtue of experience and their status in Oka then, Mudavadi was senior to Wycliffe Oparanya. Kalonzo Musyoka had supported Raila twice, when they were in CORD and when they were in Oka. And so even in terms of seniority, Kalonzo had the tag of a former vice president, a former minister, a peacekeeper, and all this. So he was more senior. He was senior to Wycliffe Oparanya. Even Moses Wetangula was senior to Oparanya in terms of political experience, and he had been a senator, he had been, all this, a minister for foreign affairs. And when you look at the three leaders who are the bosses within Oka, then it would you really fail to understand, if at all, what Musalia Mudavadi is saying, that when Raila was asked whom he would prefer if at all he was not running for presidency, he didn't mention Musalia Mudavadi, he didn't mention Kalonzo Musyoka, neither did he even mention Moses Wetangula, but instead he mentioned Wycliffe Oparanya. Raila and Oparanya, you can trace their strength or stronger relationship when Raila was in the coalition government. He actually made Oparanya minister for, planning or something. They have walked that journey together. In fact, even in 2022 when Raila was campaigning, Oparanya had been given a position that he was going to occupy, if a ministerial position, if Raila had won. But I want us to look at, because that is what is really bothering me, that Raila had to mention Oparanya. And as I said, I would really want to take every bit of word that comes from Musalia Mudavadi with a pinch of salt. The question that one would want to ask is, why now? We are 17 months down the line, and you all know that there are political alignments. The country is tired of the Kenya Kwanza team because the cost of living is just too high. And then you've seen very many headlines about some wrangles within ODM and some little bit of disunity within Azimio. At some point you understand that there are a clique of leaders in ODM who want Junaid Mohammed, the Suna East Member of Parliament, to be ousted or to be put to task to explain why he has been absent in most of the Raila functions. And Raila came out to defend him. And you've also seen the headlines that Azimio is pulling from opposite directions. So for Musalia Mudavadi to come up with such a statement now, I really feel he is up to something. And that is exactly what I want us to look at. And as we move on with this discussion, if you are watching us for the first time, please allow me to request you to subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell. Help us share our videos, and you can also give this video likes so that it can be recommended to many viewers. To all our supporters and our subscribers, I would like to thank you in a very, very special way. Ladies and gentlemen, this looks like another bombshell, because what Musalia Mudavadi wants to achieve is, in my very considered opinion, he wants to orchestrate division in Azimio, or if there are divisions already, he wants to widen the cracks in Azimio. Why? If you come up with such startling allegations that Raila had preferred Wycliffe Oparanya when Kalonzo was senior and had supported Raila for like twice, Mudavadi was also there, then you are telling them, because Azimio had a meeting that was aborted, that was supposed to take place today and didn't take place. And people saying, experts feel that there are wrangles within Azimio, and that is why it was postponed. Now, for Musalia Mudavadi to come up with the name of Moses Wetangula, Wycliffe Oparanya, then he's telling them that Raila, just like he was in 2022, he prefers Oparanya, because one of the things that is really ailing Azimio is who will become the flag bearer. Is it Raila Odinga? And if Raila will not be on the ballot, is it Martha Karua, Kalonzo Musyoka? Who exactly? Even though I hear people say that it is a Kalonzo Oparanya, a Kalonzo Martha Karua, a Kalonzo Eugene Omala, something of the sort. But now Musalia Mudavadi is coming up to tell us that Raila would not support Kalonzo Musyoka. Raila would not even support anyone, but he would go with Oparanya. Which I don't think, because Raila himself had said that they might decide to support Kalonzo Musyoka. They meet as principals. In ODM, Raila is the de facto leader. So when they meet as party bosses, Raila would meet with Martha Karua, with Kalonzo Musyoka, with Eugene Wamalwa, with all this, maybe Akina Ngilo and all that. So Musalia Mudavadi wants to engineer a division in this team, because they will start thinking that Raila is cheating them. Raila prefers one particular candidate, and this is Oparanya. You know, Oparanya is a deputy leader in ODM. And so for him to say this, I believe he wants to ensure that these people are divided. And this is a government's plan. If you ask me, NIS plan, to ensure that through Mudavadi, because Mudavadi was a senior member there, they will believe him. But you never know with these politicians. So I believe he wants them to disintegrate. This is also a diversionary tactic. And they want maybe Raila and the team to lose focus on the main agenda. The main agenda is unity within Azimio. The main agenda is the recruitment drive, like Raila is doing it in ODM. He has urged all the other parties to unite together to do certain recruitment drives to ensure that the parties are strong. If they allow sideshows like this one from Mudavadi, then they will start doing that which is not the mainstream. They will major on the minor. And the government is very clever on this. They just want to create a little bit of wrangle. They just want to ensure that the people, the members of Azimio, the leaders, start thinking of, is it true that Raila preferred Moses? And if he preferred him then, what about now? It is a diversionary tactic. They want Azimio to lose this focus. But I believe Raila and the team are much focused and much wiser than what they think. Something also tells me that Mudavadi wants to cleanse his name. He wants to sanitize his name. How? People have accused Musalia Mudavadi of betraying Raila Odinga and the team. And now that William Ruto has failed to deliver promises that he gave to Kenyans, it seems he also betrayed Kenyans. Because at a time when he was needed the most, he ran away. He ran away saying that he could not support any other candidate. Then he went to he went to Kenya Kwanza. He didn't run for a president. Neither did he even run as a deputy president. But he was pushed to the periphery to become a chief minister. So in a sense, Musalia also feels very guilty that he betrayed Raila when Raila needed him. He betrayed the Oka team, which is now Azimio, and he betrayed Kenyans. Maybe had he stuck with Azimio, now things would have been different, because it has been said that they were needed for perceptional politics, that we have Mudavadi and we have Wetangula. And he wants to sanitize his name. That the reason why he ran away is because he was more senior to Oparanya, yet Raila still preferred Oparanya. And you see, when he says this, it is like now Raila does not see regard in people who support him in seniority, because Mudavadi supported Raila in 2017. And the two of them with Kalonzo Musyoka, they had supported Raila. Raila had said alikuwa na bullet moja. So he wanted to portray Raila as someone who is dishonest, does not appreciate people who support him, does not appreciate seniority. And so when he expressed this, people will feel that yes, Mudavadi had a right to go, because there's no way Raila can prefer Oparanya when Mudavadi is there, when Kalonzo is there, when Moses Wetangula is there. And I really feel that the statements of Musalia Mudavadi came very strategically at a time when Azimio is struggling with unity, with headlines flying all over. Some people even feel that these headlines are sponsored. But if you ask me, Uhuru Kenyatta himself is reported to have rejected the NADCO report. Martha Karua has said that we even needed to go back to the street. So they seem to be reading from different pages. But Raila said that the fact that people have different political ideologies doesn't mean that there is a major division. I don't know what you think about the statements. Please share with me on the comment section.